All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to award season. Once again, this is the show that we talk about movies and television shows that we believe will be around for award season. And today's guest is
Emily Rosario.
All right.
All right.
So we're looking forward to this episode. She's going to tell us a little bit about her career, and we're also going to cover some shows that we feel will be around for award season. This is award season. All right, so we're back. So, Emily, what are we watching? What have you been watching in the summertime, during the pandemic, or whatever?
I recently just finished watching Lupin. It's been so good, dude.
The French, he's like a
He is
thief.
a French thief, and he has like a wife and a kid, and it's just him like trying to survive and take care of his family, and it's just like. It's so good.
yeah, I saw the show as well. It's on the second season now. The first season, I mean, just to recap, he was, I guess, I don't know if it was a ruse, but remember he owed something to those gangsters, and then they ended up getting arrested or whatever because of him. That's like in the first episode, I think. Yeah, that was like in the first episode. And then it went on to finding out that it had to do something with his father, who was basically framed for stealing something.
Right.
You know? So
yeah, because his father was like a servant, or not a servant, like a
janitor, right?
Yeah, for the family.
For the rich family.
Yeah.
And I think it was the daughter was friendly with him, or they're familiar with each other. I can't remember, because he met with the daughter in the park or something like that.
Right. The son Lupin was very close to the daughter, where
of the rich family.
Yeah, in season 1, where the she teaches him like how to kiss, and like they get very intimate in season 1.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like in part of season 2 where she like still has feelings for him, but now he's married and has like things like to do as a parent. So it's really good.
So you see season 2?
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet, but I know there was a cliffhanger, and this is only a spoiler. His son was taken at the end of season 1. I'm trying to remember if it was one of the cops that took him, or it was like a gangster or something like that. He took his son on like the beach or something like that.
Yes.
In the last episode.
Yes, because they were trying to get back at him. The family that that framed his father. They're there trying to like screw him over, because like, hey, why are you trying to like say like your father is innocent? Because that's all it's about, is proving that his father is innocent, and how how he can make sure that his family is right. And that whole season is about coming back and making sure, well, look, these are my rights, and I'm going to show you my rights even though I'm a thief.
yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a good show. It's on Netflix, and for those who haven't seen it, you need to check it out. That's Lupin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lupin.
On Netflix. Okay. All right. So let's get into you. Let's get into your career. Like, what have we seen you in? What have we not seen you in? What, what have you been doing?
So, first of all, I'm an actress, and I'm also a Olympic development runner. So as I'm pursuing my acting career, I'm also pursuing my elite running career.
Okay. So what you mean like you're like an athlete, like a track star?
Yeah, I specialize in middle distance, and I've been running for like 17 years now.
Okay.
I got a few partnerships with a couple of sponsors that, support me. So that's nice. Okay. And then on the acting side, I have an agent and a manager. I'm a really good struggling actor.
Okay. I mean, many people are struggling, but the whole objective is to get there, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna get there.
Yeah. One of my highlights so far as an actor, back in 2019 in December, I did an audition. I auditioned 4 times or 5 times, and the last audition I had to go all the way to Philadelphia, and it turns out I got the role, and it was so cool because it was with Sylvester Stallone and Chris Rock, and I got to be in a Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It was a commercial?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Super Bowl commercial. Like, how as an actor, your first gig is the Super Bowl commercial? It's just like, what?
Yeah.
This past Super Bowl or?
The 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were
was that the Super Bowl that J-Lo performed?
That was a Kansas City. They won that year. Kansas City won that year. And that
was in Florida, right?
I want to say. I mean, most of them are usually in Florida. They do the Super Bowl like at the Texas, Florida.
I'm just trying to remember the halftime performance. I think it was J-Lo performance.
J-Lo?
So. Oh yes, and she was on the stripper pole.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
For Hustlers.
Was Cardi B with her on that stage?
Not on that stage, but it was Shakira and J-Lo.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
So
2020.
Cardi B didn't
In the movie in Hustler. In Hustler.
Okay. So it was just.
Did you see Hustlers?
Yeah.
That was good.
Honestly, though, I think that she was overlooked for Hustlers because they were talking. They had Oscar buzz on her.
I thought she was great.
For best supporting actress.
I mean,
we're talking about J-Lo.
For J-Lo,
I'm biased. I like J-Lo. I'm a fan.
A lot of people basically don't give her credit because of her background as a fly girl and as a dancer and everything like that. But I think she has range as an actress.
She has a lot of passion.
She's
a lot of passion.
believable. She's believable in most of her roles, whatever. So I don't know.
I just watched her first movie she did back in the day with Wesley Snipes, Money Train. She was something special about her at that point. That movie. Everyone should check that movie out.
And the other one with George Clooney.
Out of Sight.
Out of Sight. Soderbergh who did that one?
Yeah.
Soderbergh did that one. Yeah. Okay.
Out of Sight. That was a great movie as well.
Yeah, but I know, like, even though she got overlooked in Hustlers, she still had to put time and effort because, I know she had to do at least a couple of months of learning how to dance on a stripper pole. And it's just like, what?
I mean, I don't think that that part was as intensive as the fact that her dramatic range in that film. When I think about her dramatic range in that film, there was a scene where she was like, why would you do that? Mm-hmm. Why would you do that? That scene right there was that was the moment where you was like, yo, J-Lo is top notch.
Yeah, she has some grit.
She has some real grit because you felt it, you understood, and you in that motion.
And that's what you've always done. You feel her.
Yeah, you definitely feel her, and that's the key thing about acting. You need to believe
you
your
have
characters.
To emote. She really draws you in.
Yeah. So I believed her in that moment, and I didn't look at her as J-Lo. I looked at her as that character and understand that character was in a desperate situation, and that character felt like, yo, you now put us in a situation where now we're gonna have to go to jail, and it didn't need to happen.
Right.
You know? So
she was a gangster.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Bar Boutique, located at 166 Ralph Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. If you're tired of everybody looking like you, then that means you ain't shopping at the right spot. That means you need to shop at the Bar Boutique, the only place to shop in Brooklyn.
You know what's crazy? I feel like comedy's actually harder to do.
That's what I've heard.
It's harder to make people laugh. I don't think that's something that's really easy because people have failed over and over trying to do it, and I think that's really, really challenging to be a comedic actor. So those who can do both, like Robin Williams can do both, Whoopi Goldberg can do both. Those type of people, they're in my opinion, they're upper elite because they're able. No knock to Denzel and Robert De Niro and all those type of cats.
Jamie Foxx.
But Jamie Foxx, look at that, a person like him who could do Ray, and then he can do the Jamie Foxx show or whatever like that. He can hold it out on both, and then he can do Any Given Sunday, where he's playing an athlete.
He got range.
He got range. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait till he does Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. It's definitely gonna be good.
When is that coming out?
Supposed to come out next year.
Oh, it's
Okay.
exciting.
So he's filming it now, or they already
I
filmed
think
it?
they shot it last year.
Oh, they already filmed it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's gonna be. Especially now that Mike just he went against Roy Jones and all that.
Yeah.
Are you into like boxing or any sports or anything?
I actually have orange belt in Jeet Kune Do.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you're a fighter. You're a real fighter.
easy.
Okay, she's a real fighter. Okay.
So I can do stunts. Stunts is like a whole other thing where fighting and stunting are two separate worlds, because a lot of people think like, oh, I can fight, that means I could do stunts, and is not like that at all.
Right.
Like they're
is
very
there technique?
different.
Is there like a situation where you have to learn how to fall and do it?
Oh,
Imagine
yeah.
that's what you would have to.
I guess it's all choreographed
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So it's
Because
like a dance. It's like a
it
dance.
really is a dance, because it's just
Okay.
like, if this person's coming at you across, you have to react, because they're really not hitting you.
Yeah.
You have to pretend that they're hitting you.
Right.
You have to sell it. You have to
You have
make
play,
the sound.
You have to play to the camera.
Yeah, and it's a lot harder than it.
You
it
took
seems.
training for that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What school did you go for that?
I go to a school in New Rochelle. It's called UATW.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So
Let me ask you a question. What's your process when you go prepare for a audition? What's your process?
Okay, so first I look at the breakdown. I look at the character. Usually, you get like the character info and then the scene, and then you have to like really like figure it out. Like, what am I doing here? But I, as much time as I can get. If I get like a week, I'll probably do like the whole week where I just study. But I really just like, if I always look at like if it's inside, if it's outside, if who I'm talking to, because I recently did a scene where I was talking to 3 people. And you can't talk to 3 people the same way, especially if one is a child.
Well, hold on, you were talking to 3 people in that same
In one scene.
You're saying the same things to each of them, or it's different?
It's like I'm talking to you guys. Like,
Okay.
I'm saying one thing to you, and I'm saying one thing to you. So in that scene, I'm talking to
simultaneously though.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So in that scene, I'm talking to a child. I'm talking to my upset husband, and then I'm talking to my brother who I haven't seen in years.
Right.
So it's just like,
So your delivery's gonna be different for each
yeah.
one.
So it's always about, what does the character want?
Right.
How can I be this person while also not trying to be fake? Because like people think like, oh, I'm an actor, so I have to act a certain way. And
Right.
in reality, it's you just being that person. So
Yeah.
Before you get an audition, do they give you sides before, or the sides?
so usually, you see the break. You when I submit myself, it's just like the character, like mid-20s, early
okay.
30s.
It's an overview.
Yeah,
Got
and if I get the audition, then I'll be able to see the script.
Right.
But
Got
some like once in the blue, I'll get the whole movie, and then I have to read the whole movie script.
Right.
So you really know the character, which it helps. But most of the time, you just get like the 2 or 5 pages, and you got to do it the way you think it's supposed to be portrayed.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. And so, Emily, what have you actually seen? Like, what are some of the shows, your favorite shows, either in the past or currently on television or, Netflix, whatever?
Yeah, I've seen Emily in Paris.
Okay.
Cool.
Emily in
Yeah.
Paris. I haven't seen that. That's It's Netflix, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what's Emily in Paris about?
Yeah, so it's about a 20-something-year-old, you know, she's a young millennial, and then she gets hired from Chicago to work in France as a rare opportunity to work abroad. And she goes to France, and she's like, hey, guys, I'm American. I don't speak French, but I want to tell you some ideas to help your brand.
It's pretty gangster, gotta say. It's pretty gangster.
So wait, she was given the job, or she just went out there trying to get the job?
She was given the job.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
cool. And so she's basically a fish out of water, trying to figure out the customs of France.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And she doesn't know the language, and so I'm imagining that she's having issues with the people and conversation and stuff like that.
Yeah, because the irony about it is like, okay, you hired me to bring America into your brand, but then you guys are also upset because I don't speak French.
Okay. What she is she like a digital marketer type?
Yeah,
of person?
she's a digital marketer, and she's like an everyday person, you know. She's like, she does social media. She's like, hey guys, look at this. People do get a pedicure, you know.
Yeah.
And I like how it relates to like us currently in our lives, because you know, social media, that's all we focus on, and that show does a lot of that, and that's why I think it's like really relatable to like millennials and people our age, because you know, like people can become so blinded with social media. It's just like, okay, what is this about? Like, so that's why I like the show.
You know, I just thought of something. What if you like were to audition for like season 2 or season 3 of Emily in Paris, whatever? What kind of character would you want to play based on some of the characters in that show? Like, what's lacking that you feel like if you were an actress who was playing a character in that, what would you want to see opposite Emily or some of the other characters in that show?
Ooh, that's a good one. I feel like just to like throw it in there, I would like to be a like one of those like very serious secretaries who speak Spanish only.
Okay.
And then it's like okay, wait, she speaks Spanish, they speak French, and she speaks English. Like, what is going on? And it's just like something like silly and funny, where it's just like awkward, but everyone still gets to work together.
Yeah. That would be actually cool. I could see that. When you said that, I thought about Lloyd from what was that show? Entourage.
Oh.
Lloyd, you remember Lloyd from Entourage?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the show has all this machismo, all these macho dudes, and then you have this gay character who is like one of the funniest dudes
right.
in the show. And when he operates versus Ari, who is played by Jeremy Piven, it's just such a great counterbalance, because you know you see a guy, Lloyd, who's good at his job, but he doesn't stand up for himself. And then he has such a dominant figure in Ari, always kind of oppressing him or whatever. And then also the fact that he's gay, and you could kind of feel like, you know, Jeremy Piven's character doesn't really mind that he's gay, but he's not like fond of it because he's like such a macho guy. He likes guys who, you know, chase women, who chase skirts. He's you know, even though it's so funny, he's a very loyal guy to his wife. He's not cheating on his wife. So it's interesting. But I was just throwing in that tidbit because it kind of reminds me of that kind of character.
That's
like,
cool.
It's just, you know, different, you know. All right, so you like Emily in Paris. Are there any other shows you're watching? Or maybe some movies. What about some movies that you're watching?
Let's see. There's so many movies out now, you know. There's like a movie like every other day.
True. So what's the last one you've seen?
I know a show I've seen recently. It's called Hit and Run.
Hit and Run.
It just came out like this week on also another Netflix show. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of Netflix.
What's it about?
It's about a American woman. She goes out and meets her husband in another foreign country, and she's a dancer, and she wants to go back to America to audition for this dance company. But before she's able to go to the plane, she gets killed in a hit and run. So the whole premise is about the husband trying to find out, like,
who did it.
Okay,
got it. You know, that premise is similar to another Netflix show. Did you see Dead to Me?
Oh my God.
Christina Applegate.
It's so good.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah.
She didn't. Somebody got hit in the run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't see it, but I saw because my wife, she basically watches that show. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's kind of similar in the way it's set up. You know. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, that show.
What, Dead to Me?
Yeah, Dead to Me.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing in the beginning.
Yeah.
I just remember the scene.
They both got nominated.
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. They got nominated.
That's great.
Yeah, Dead to Me. Yeah.
I just remember the scene where they're in the garage and they put the guy in that like little fridge.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then I think one of their kids or something comes in and they're like trying to hide it.
Okay. Yeah, I actually think I saw the scene where was it when she killed the guy, the Christina's husband. Was it Christina?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know the character's name, whatever. But Christina's husband was killed by her husband was the one that killed the dark-haired woman's. I can't remember her name. Linda Candelaria.
Yeah.
Linda Candelaria. Her husband was the one that killed his husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So yeah,
It's confusing, that show,
Yeah.
but it's very good to watch.
Yeah.
Very entertaining.
Yeah, it's so good.
But Hit and Run, that's just something on Netflix we need to check. It seems like Netflix is actually killing the game. It has you know what? I take that back. Netflix is killing it, but I really feel like HBO is kind of like back. You know, HBO is just like, it's got so many hit shows. It has I May Destroy You, Euphoria, The Mayor of Easttown. It has what's that? That one with Jeffrey Wright, Insecure. The one with Jeffrey Wright. What is it? Westworld. Watchmen. Okay.
Right.
We don't even talk. You know what? We don't talk about Watchmen enough, and the reason why is because they only had one season. It got nominated for a bunch of stuff. But Watchmen is really, really dope, and I can't wait till it comes back. Have you seen Watchmen?
I don't think it's coming back.
You don't think so?
No.
It was a one-off?
It's a one-off. I don't think it's coming back. Yeah. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert.
What?
Yeah. I saw an interview with Regina King, and they went a different direction. You didn't know that?
No.
Really?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking that was coming back.
No, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, that's news to me. I'm like, what? Okay,
No.
all right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's official.
It's official.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
So Lovecraft Country and Watchmen.
I know.
Yeah, HBO has some good-ass shows, but they can't retain stuff, man.
I know, big things being shot down.
Oh, you know what though? I've been watching on HBO Max The Big Bang Theory.
Oh, okay,
I'm up to season 9 now. It's so funny.
I never got into that show, but everyone told me that show is very good.
Oh my God, I can still remember.
I know the premise of it.
Yeah, the very first episode 1 of season 1, it's just like the words they say is like, how did you memorize all those lines and get it right? You just have to see it. It's like so scientific. It's just like, I feel dumb right now.
Yeah. Well, what is it, guys? Johnny Galecki?
Yeah.
Johnny Galecki.
And
what's the other guy's name?
Parsons.
Jeff Parsons.
Jim
Parsons. And then Mayim Bialik.
Yep.
She's in it as well. There's just a lot of smart. Kaylee Coco. There's a lot of smart people in that show, and they're all actually.
I only know her from The Flight Attendant.
Yeah, that
I know, but
Yeah.
I never watched that series.
Isn't that's a Chuck Lorre series too?
Yeah,
He's done some brilliant stuff, man. Chuck Lorre's been.
I like the other show he does.
Mom? 2.5 Men.
No, Alma Shola loves.
Abby Shola loves. Something loves Abby Shola.
Yeah, I love that show.
What's the guy's name? Loves. I don't know.
Yeah, but that show.
Yeah,
I like that show.
Yeah, it's cool. My favorite show right now that I'm looking forward to is Atlanta. And
I'm looking
right
forward.
now,
I binge watched season 2 recently. Yeah. I can't wait to season 3.
Yeah, I don't know where it's gonna go, but
in your opinion, do you think the second season is better than the first season?
Yes,
different.
Second season is definitely better than the first season.
Yeah,
first season was like a starter season. It was just like you liked it, but it was kind of preparing you for what the second season did.
It kind of feel like a starter kit.
Yeah.
The second season, they got money.
Yeah. And I can't wait to see with 3 and 4 because they're shooting them consecutively.
They're showing
and
together.
I'm telling you, man, Donald Glover, NYU. You know, he actually was at NYU at the same time I was at NYU, but I was in
But did he graduate? No, he.
I'm not sure. I guess he did. I don't know if he did.
I think he left.
He went to work on what's that? I don't know if it was SNL or he went to work on 30 Rock.
30 Rock.
30 Rock. He went to work on 30 Rock
Yeah.
as a writer. You know,
Right.
so he got hired because he used to do stand-up comedy.
He used to write with Tina Fey.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what got him to start, and then he went on Community. But
Community.
Donald Glover is
the man.
I don't like throwing out that word genius, but he is an exceptionally gifted, like Renaissance man.
He got it all. He
can do it all.
He got the sounds.
Yeah.
He got the acting. He got the fashion down. He does movies.
Sure.
He got gear. Nothing he can't do.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just thought about it because there's so many shows. There's so much good TV out there, and a lot of these shows we have no idea where they're gonna go because they like oh, you know what? I was watching Truth Be Told, right? The first season of Truth Be Told, I basically binge watched that entire season like in 2 days, and the second season just came out like 2 days ago,
right.
And it's with Kate Hudson, and I don't know where that's gonna go either.
Yeah,
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So what do you think? What do you think of the first episode?
I like it. You know what is crazy? In the initial moments when and you didn't see the second season, but
No, but Kate Hudson makes a really good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good story.
Yeah, Kate Hudson. It seemed in the first moments kind of forced, in my opinion, like just a little tad bit forced, because I was just wondering like how is this white woman connected to this super black ethnic family? Because the way they are is kind of almost ghetto a little bit, but then you start realizing that she was like almost like trailer trash kind of situation, and she came from really, really hard
she grew up.
situations and humble beginnings, and and that's how she was able to connect with them. And then you start, as you see her connection with Octavia Spencer, as they just the way they interact,
right.
It kind of feels like they are friends. Like
right.
It feels that way. It feels authentic. It
right.
feels like they know each other, and it doesn't feel forced anymore. It feels like like this was my friend, So that, and maybe that's just the way those two actors are able to play against each other. But it felt great.
I just want to say something about Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
Every time I see her, I get glimpses of J-Lo.
What?
And looks. Okay. I do. I'm seriously, look at some of the movies. They're kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, you know what? He's right, because they if you think about Matthew McConaughey and her in was it failure to launch? I think it was
failure to launch was Sarah Jessica Parker.
No, so it was How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Oh my God, I remember that movie.
Yeah, that movie. Because I remember Kate Hudson being with him in some movie,
and
right?
so she did a movie with J-Lo.
He did a movie with J-Lo too.
Right? Where she played he's a wedding planner.
The wedding planner.
Yeah.
Yes.
And every time I see J-Lo,
that's right when she broke up with Diddy.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I just see glimpses of they're interchangeable.
Okay.
Like in their facial structure, the blonde hair is very
So you just mean like physically?
Physically, and also it looks, and sometimes in mannerisms.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, I can see what you mean.
You know what I love about Kate Hudson is you can feel the Goldie Hawn oozing out of her.
I was gonna say,
Goldie Hawn is so cool.
I still see Goldie. I saw Goldie in this past episode.
Yeah.
Some scenes towards the end of the episode.
Yeah.
I got the connection. I was like, yeah, that's Goldie Hawn right there.
And for those of you who don't know, Goldie Hawn is
a legend.
Goldie Hawn, and what was the rocker? His name is something Hudson.
Ed.
What's her father's name? The rocker. I can't recall his name, but Kate Hudson's father. That's with the his father's name. He's the rock star.
I have to look this up.
Yeah, her father's a rock star or something like that.
No.
Yeah, he's like a rock star. Kate Hudson's father. I don't even know what his name is.
Is Goldie
Bill Hudson.
Bill Hudson?
Yeah.
Bill Hudson. Kate Hudson right here. Father, Bill Hudson. Okay. Musician. Yeah. The Hudson Brothers. A band formed in 65. Yeah. He was a singer. But anyway, Goldie Hawn, you know, like when you think about her movies from the 80s, whatever, she always played like the cool lady who could blend in with anybody.
My favorite movie by her is probably Benjamin.
Yes, exactly. I was thinking about that in my head right now. When I
Wildcats.
Exactly. With the football team.
Yeah.
And Wesley Snipes was on that team.
And Woody Harrelson.
And Woody Harrelson. You know, she always was able to play.
It's like a connection like Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
7 Degrees with J-Lo. You track J-Lo to a lot of those movies.
Yeah, exactly. But when I think about the way she's able, like, this is Goldie Hawn I'm speaking about right now, way she's able to blend in with people, because back in the 80s, like I was a child baby basically, but back in the 80s, like interracial or just like mixing of black and white was actually new. It was fairly new. And Goldie Hawn was one of the people who actually did those roles consistently.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just one role. She was doing like 3-4 movies where like she was opposite black people and like majority black. She was the one white person amongst a bunch of black people.
But I didn't identify her as, I didn't see her as white woman. I just saw her as a cool girl.
She just was a cool lady. So it's so funny that her daughter is now doing some of the same type of stuff. You can see that she's very comfortable around black people. Like she's very, you know, it's just an observation that I noticed because when I watched, you know, Truth Be Told, this season, this first episode, I'm just like, yo, this feels real. Like this feels real, and I'm looking forward to what's gonna happen.
And I like the infusion of rap. Hip hop culture in there as well.
Yeah. And the segue and transitions, you hear hip hop music, trap music.
It's
crazy.
Cool.
Yeah.
But is she telling the truth?
Yeah. Stay tuned.
Well, I mean, what were your thoughts on? You said you saw, you know, brief trailer and a couple, you know, like some minutes of the show. What are your thoughts on Truth Be Told?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you know, there's always like that one woman who has to have her rights as like trying to dig deep and be like, look, this is what I found. This is important. Yeah. And I always love those types of roles because it's just like, this is real. Mm-hmm. Like you can't get any more realer than this because fighting for your rights and being able to exploit the truth is what matters these days.
Yeah. And I feel like Octavia Spencer, she embodied that role. She bodied that role.
She owns it. She owns it.
She definitely was able to play somewhat of a private eye. You know, even though she's playing a podcaster / you know, reporter, but she kind of was like a private eye. Remember Angela Lansbury?
Murder, She Wrote. Yeah.
She kind of had that same feeling of Murder, She Wrote without it being stuffy. It was very, very like, you know, almost like, I don't want to do this, but the truth is what I'm looking for, and I feel like I have to. And for those of you who don't know about Truth Be Told is pretty much about a reporter who, you know, gets the start of her career writing about a 17-year-old boy who is convicted or, you know, allegedly killed his next door neighbor and then ultimately convicted because she wrote so many damning articles about his case that it was almost like it was prejudicial to him, and you know he was guilty before his trial even started. You know, so she felt that she was responsible for, you know, influencing public opinion to make sure that this guy was convicted. And then when she found or later, you know, saw a tape that revealed that one of the witnesses was coached into naming the young man as a you know, as the killer. Right. She pretty much was like, you know, she had to investigate to make sure, because it's gonna eat at her to if the possibility that this young man, this 17-year-old man, was put in jail wrongfully, and it was basically her who was, like leading the lynch mob,
Right.
So, that's what the premise of the show is about. It stars Octavia Spencer. We have Mekhi Phifer in it as well. You have Aaron Paul, who's from Breaking Bad, and El Camino. You have who else is in it? Ron Cephas Jones. He's playing her father. Yeah, and countless other people in the Michael Beach from Soul Food and so many other films. So it's a really, really diverse cast, really well done, very well written, a lot of great scenes, a lot of good storytelling. There's twists and turns, things you're not even going to anticipate, and it's definitely a dope show. So check out Truth Be Told. It's on Apple TV, and the second season just started this last week. So you can binge watch the first season. It's 8 episodes, around 45 minutes to 50 minutes each episode, and they're dope. I did it in like 2 days.
Yeah, it's very compelling.
Really, really good show. And you should check it out. All right, so we're back.
So Emily, what led you into acting?
Oh man. So before I was acting, I did film and TV production for like several years. Mm-hmm. So I was like a producer and editor. I was a lighting director, a camera operator. I pretty much did like everything. And I eventually went into acting because with my athletic career,
right.
I felt like it was necessity.
Yeah, necessarily necessary.
To, help me build my running career and my acting career. I felt like both would intertwine very well.
Okay, so you want to be able to continue to do both, basically.
Yeah.
But your primary focus is to be an actress.
Yeah, I mean, in the long run, definitely acting. Emily is focused. Emily is focused on everything. Right now it's running, trying to train for the Olympics, But as I'm running, I'm still acting. I'm still taking classes. I'm still doing my best. I'm doing so many auditions. My agent manager is always sending, I'm doing my homework. I'm working my butt off,
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you working in let's say somebody from NYU comes to you and says, I got this really, really good project, whatever, but I can't pay. I can pay you like $1,000 for the movie. Is that something you would do? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, let's say it's like a 5-day shoot or something like that. Your scenes, whatever. Like that. Would you do something like that?
Oh yeah, that's great. As long as I'm appreciated, that's all that matters.
Okay. I mean, because there's some opportunities out there. And I believe that there are a lot of filmmakers who are actually looking to cast a lot of people, but you got a bunch of union actors that they can't really afford.
Right.
So they go with non-union a lot of times, and now even non-union become a little bit picky and like they're like, oh well, I'm waiting for paid work, and it's like you might be waiting for years if you sure do that.
Yeah.
So you just need to be seen to some degree, and if you really do something that you love, you should actually do it.
Yeah, totally.
Like get that practice in, because like I'll jump back to me. Like I made music for about 15 years with making virtually no money. What I'm saying? Like producing stuff, giving beats to all kinds of rappers and singers and stuff like that. And it wasn't until like maybe 10 years ago or whatever like that I was actually making some kind of money, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I would say, you just got to put that time in it. You got to enjoy the road and put that time in it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what's your training schedule as far as running? You run daily or?
I have 1 day off every 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. So you're working
like I ran in the rain today. I did my 10-mile long run.
10 miles.
Yeah.
You did
That's
10
nothing.
Miles, you did 10 miles today?
Yeah, like usually right now I'm like building up. I'm like around like 60 miles a week right now.
Wow.
And just like, yeah.
Is that hard on the knees?
I'm sorry?
Is that hard on your knees? Like, you run on the street, I imagine, right?
So, I typically run on the street because it's asphalt. Mm-hmm. This is like my theory. It's asphalt, so it's softer because, like trucks make bumps in it eventually, as opposed to concrete, which is on sidewalks. Besides pedestrians walking and yelling at me for running past them, the concrete, I feel like there's no give back.
Okay. So you run in the bike lanes, basically.
Yeah, basically bike lane.
Okay, cool. That's smart.
That's a lot of training.
60 miles a week. Yeah.
And then I do the running training, and then I do the actor training. So I'm doing like a private class. It's like an invite only. It's called Show Up to Book the Role, and the leader of that is James Saccone, and he's done so many things. He's been on The Irishman.
Okay.
He did like a scene in the Joker movie. Even though it didn't come out, he still did a scene. And it's just like, dude, that's so cool. And like the fact that he spends the rest of his time, like literally like almost every single night for like 5 to 7 hours training us actors to show up and book the role, you know?
Yeah, that's dope.
And it's just like incredible. And it's such a great community too, because like whenever I have an audition, I could just like post up. He has like a thing that you could post for auditions, and you just like, hey, I'm looking for someone to read for me. And then like there's people like, Kathy and Gina and Drew and Jeanette. Like there's so many people available that are willing to help, and it's all about working together to create a strong community. And I just love that so much.
Lots of passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So he's like the Henry Winkler and Barry.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show. Yeah. I'm hoping that comes back. I don't know because it's like the pandemic.
I don't know.
But it was really, really good. But all right, so how do you balance all that? You have a child as well, right?
Yeah, and I have a child. He just turned 8.
Okay.
Wow.
So he's gonna be going into 3rd grade now. He's actually on the spectrum. He also has autism, but he makes me do more than I ever could think of, because
Motivate you.
Yeah. It's just like I do everything for him. Like I'm chasing my dreams because of him.
Got it.
So I love him so much.
Great.
It's definitely great.
Oh, and his name is Atticus.
Atticus.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that from 300?
A lot of people say it's either from 300 or like To Kill a Mockingbird.
Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay.
Yeah.
That play's coming back on Broadway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I need to check it out.
Yeah. So, how can people find you? Like, what's your social media and like? What social media websites are you on?
Totally. Everything Emily is Focused. My website, my IG, my Facebook.
Emily is Focused.
Emily is Focused. One word, no underscores, no periods, just
Z, no
Okay, so Emily is Focused.
Emily is
Instagram.
Focused. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Twitter.
So it's FOCUS or FOCUSED?
ED.
Okay, got
Focused.
it. Emily is Focused.
That's correct.
Okay, got it.
It's a verb. She's in action.
That's dope.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Emily, for stopping by award
Thanks
season.
so much for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We really thank you for stopping by, talking to some, movies and television shows. And, maybe we can do this again after the Emmys come around. You can see some of how how some of the awards turned out and who was the winners out of the nominations. And let's see what you do in the next couple months. We can talk about some of your projects in the future.
For sure.
Definitely.
All right, well, thank you again. Ladies and gentlemen, this is award season. I'm Highlight.
I'm Abe.
And this is Emily.
Emily Rosario.
All right. Make sure you like, subscribe, and, we're going to give you a little time right now. Just take some time before you, do this and just like and subscribe. We need some subscribers now. We need to check this out.
And leave some comments.
And we need some comments, leave some comments. Tell us what movies and what television shows you think should be talked about on the show. And also let us know about some of the Emmys. The nominations are coming up in about a couple weeks. What is it, September
19th.
September 19th.
On
so that's
CBS.
about 3 weeks from now, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cedric the Entertainer's hosting.
That's right.
We'll be watching We'll be doing a lot of shows leading up to that. So let us know in the comment section what's your favorite television shows that were nominated or what should have been nominated, and we'll respond. We'll actually talk about it in the next episode. All right. This is award season. We'll see you next time.
Bye.